The UN rights chief has warned of possible crimes against humanity in Venezuela, prompting the crisis-hit country to accuse his office of wielding human rights as a political weapon. Venezuela's crisis has caused food and medicine shortages, deadly unrest, and calls for President Nicolas Maduro to quit. Hunger eats away at Venezuela's soul as its people struggle to survive. Read more. Clashes with security forces and anti-government protests have left around 130 people dead since April. My investigation suggests the possibility that crimes against humanity may have been committed, Zeid Ra Hussein said at the opening of the 36th session of the Human Rights Council, the United Nations top rights body. International powers accuse Maduro of dismantling democracy by taking over state institutions in order to resist the opposition pressure. There is a very real danger that tensions will further escalate, with the government crushing democratic institutions and critical voices, Zeid warned, calling for an international probe. He said an investigation by his office had noted the widespread use of criminal proceedings against opposition leaders, recourse to arbitrary detentions, excessive use of force, and ill treatment of detainees, which in some cases amounts to torture. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Jorge Arreaza Montserrat also addressed the council on Monday, demanding that Zeid stop his office's aggressions towards Venezuela, and slamming the political, selective and biased use of human rights. The strategy used against my country from certain centers of power is a clear example of the use of human rights as a political weapon, he told the council. He warned that recent reports from the UN Rights Office have no methodological rigor, they are baseless, and they are trying to upset our sovereignty, peace and stability. Late last month, Zeid echoed international concerns that Venezuela was slipping into dictatorship, cautioning that democracy in the country was barely alive, if still alive. In a report, his office at the time accused Venezuelan authorities of implementing a policy of systematic repression and excessive force with the aim to crush dissent and instill fear in the population, to curb the protests against Maduro. The tactics listed in the report included the use of electric shocks, severe beatings, stress positions, suffocation, and threats of sexual violence and death. The report also criticized Venezuela's all-powerful Constituent Assembly and its Truth Commission, which has been tasked with investigating several opposition leaders for treason. Julieta L, and of one of Venezuela's top jailed opposition figures, Leonardo L, warned Monday that the country cannot survive without international assistance.